Damn, is my keyboard really that loud? Or am I just like peaking? Holy. Oh, I'm peaking. Ba-ba-da.
Tonight, we're serving up a clash between order and disruption. This is VIA versus CNS. Here we go. The retros, the tough shells, the shock and awe, and finally, the powerhouses. Ready, set, unleash the excitement.
CNS started the fire, but VIA came in with a cyber extinguisher. Now let's light up the match.
The tough shells are opening vault 2.
The powerhouses bring the muscle. First elimination locked in. That's it. Our first team wipe, and it's a brutal.
It definitely was. Probably wasn't in the game plan for the shock and awe.
Let's go.
The retros picked up a cash box. Enemy over there. Setting the pace, the retros cash out move. Shells are rejoining the match.
Oh, dude, fuck. Why is there a random pink player? Sucks.
The powerhouses are back.
I bet they're ready to get cracking. If I was the tough shell, I'd
I'm reloading. Shells are bringing steal a cash out.
That's tragic that there's gas right there.
retros are over at Vault 4 to check what's inside.
I'm back.
Tough Shells picked up a cash box.
More comeback. One reason it's not over.
It's back to the past again for the retros with another
Still
wipe on the
going
board.
in.
No,
It's all
wait.
action as the
Wait
shot
for
clock
us.
kicks things into gear.
Wait.
The Tough Shells
Hey,
kick off
what's up,
full play.
Alex?
The retros have respawned. Starts now, and it's anyone's game.
Finals, folks. This is one for the history books. Time to disappear. Look ahead.
Oh man. My teammates don't want to wait for me. I'm slow, man. How to wait?
A contestant is destroying stuff left and right. Look at them go.
Let's chip away.
The retros can't seem to flip the script. They're down again.
Not winning now. Take this.
What the fuck is that?
Fans are on their feet and standing in awe of the Shock and Awes cash out.
Even our sponsors have to be nodding in awe of the Shock and Awes teamwork here.
Hold on tight. Looks like a new vault just spawned. Cash out complete, and the Tough Shells just got richer. Let the chaos unfold.
Out. Enemy down.
Creating a passer.
Oh, we got him. Let's go. Oh, different team.
Here.
Oh my god.
Of a cash box.
I'm 1 HP, bro.
Squad deleted. No attachments left.
Hold your breath. Overtime could bring a twist no one saw coming.
The retros are initiating a cash out.
I'm back.
The retros got the cash box.
Time to disappear.
Do we not have any sort of explosives here? We're gonna get fucking third party. It's last payload. do? Literally nothing I can do there. Holy fuck.
With a vintage performance from the Retros, who lead the way to the next match.
And a shout out to the Tough Shells, who have also qualified.
That sucks. Oh, it's so crazy, man. Hold on, I'm updating my titles. Yeah. Easy. Ugh. Why do I hear myself? Why do I hear double? Dude, these lobbies are starting to get really, really sweaty. Like, it's so... Like, Platinum is a fucking war zone.
We are live from Monaco. Expect fast-paced action as our contestants navigate narrow alleys and rooftops. This is it.
Oh.
The Vogues, the Boundless.
All I want is to get the diamonds and then can go back to playing World Tour, to be honest.
Let's go.
It's actually crazy. People at these levels are starting to get super cracked out. Wait, isn't this the guy who shit on me?
A perfectly intact arena.
Yeah.
Under pressure. Vault 2 is being unlocked by the Retros.
Watch out!
Vault 1 is being opened by the Vogues.
No delays on this flight. The jet setters just cleared the runway with the first elimination.
I'm back! Cash box 2, go! Be careful! Danger down there! Enemy down there! Bomb shield engaged.
The Vogues swooped up a cash box. A smooth takeoff for the jet setters. First cash out started.
Oh, that was a thing getting despawned. Interesting. I know they had an animation and visual for that. That's really cool.
Cash out.
Did they go and... They going to grief The other team? The team we were fighting was purple, so yeah, they went to go greet someone else.
They didn't clear the squad, they cleared the scene!
People got killed.
That's our first team wipe, marking a pivotal moment.
That's a frustrating start.
Now
to the
gonna-
Retros, no doubt.
Now gonna respawn for us.
Like a kill statement!
Fantastic steal
Stay
by the
together.
Bogues.
Remember, that's illegal in many jurisdictions, but
I'm
not
going
here.
down there! Go defend
The Bogues are
down
in the
there!
spotlight, leading
Defend
the
down
match
there!
with style.
Moving, follow me! Moving! Relocating! Down there! Patch yourself up! Enemy spotted! Up there!
They're just ignoring us. They don't have time, they have to just go.
Cash out goes to the Jet Setters. Let's see whether they can keep that momentum going.
That's championship level execution from the start.
Group up!
The Boundless robbed a cash out.
Aggressive and impressive.
Watch out! Over there! Enemy got me! All right. Let's move to Vault 3.
Cash out complete, and the Boundless reap the rewards.
A well-earned payout after taking control earlier. Nicely done.
The Jet Setters are piercing Vault 3.
I've got you covered. Go to cash out D. That wasn't a steal, that was extraction.
The Jet Setters swooped up a cash box.
Move to cash out D.
Halftime. I don't want this round to end. We've seen some amazing plays.
This is what the fans came to see. Top-tier competition at its best.
Oh, awkward.
Momentum builds as the Jet Setters take off.
Fights are so long. I want to go frag people, but it's actually better that they just like keep fighting each other and we delay.
Reloading. Danger down there. Me up. I'm reloading. Threat detected. Down there. Threat detected. Down there.
Is that our gateway? What was that?
Watch out! They didn't clear the squad! They cleared the scene! I'm going down there! Zipline over here! Going down there now! I'm going down there! Enemy spotted! Down there! Police detected! Down there!
the jet setters completing a cash out.
I'm so fat and slow, man. Please wait for me.
A new challenge awaits. A new vault has appeared.
Aim for cash out A. Watch out. There.
The jet setters swooped up a cash box.
We're getting a little extra action in overtime.
Good play by the jet setters. Cash out.
Watch out. Over there. Enemy down there. Dangerous cash out A. Cash box on the floor. Enemy down there. Secure cash box 6.
I swear there's people on this like up here with us on the church, but I'm guessing not.
Most are showing us that stealing is not only allowed in the finals, it's encouraged.
They're signaling something, Scotty. They're saying game on.
Quad kill! Someone's getting promoted! Back in action! Reloading! Cash box 6, go!
The retros grabbed a cash box. Here we are, down to the final 30 seconds.
It's crunch time, Scotty.
Ten seconds. Soaring to the top of the standings in this round, the jet setters will be the ones to try to keep on the ground in the next match.
Credit also goes to the Retros, who've secured their spot in the
Nice.
next match after a great performance.
That's like most of the console players is fucking gone. Lol. About you like the chunkiness playstyle? Honestly, I think I enjoy being a medium and a light a little bit more, but I do enjoy being a heavy. At least I think I generally enjoy being a medium more, but I do enjoy being a heavy and not just dying instantaneously.
Here we go, the live wires, the retros, the big splash, and finally, the jet setters. And we're back in the arena. Round 2, let's go.
It's all sunshine and clarity today.
Stay side by
No
side.
shadows to hide in.
The gun, yeah, this gun is very sustainable.
Our arena isn't all it's cracked up to be this round. Talk about a bit of bad duck for our contestants. The live wires go forward, opening Vault 2.
Oh, this was a mistake, dude. Oh.
Retro's hard. Caught them clean.
I didn't realize I was the only one alive. I was so worried about multiple people.
All right.
Oh.
Watch out there. Reference on the way. Moving.
Priority boarding for the jet center. First cash out initiated.
Enemy spotted. Down there.
The big splash dive right.
I can't. I'm too.
Down here. Attack.
Fucking CC moron.
That's not a highlight, that's a warning.
Back to play.
Oh.
I'm reviving. Nothing like a little TLC.
They weren't defending. They were
Enemy spotted. Down there.
Ow, that actually hit me? That's crazy.
Other team. Take five.
Nice.
The Retros have been stopped in their tracks again.
They won't be feeling nostalgic about that anytime soon.
Fantastic intervention there from a contestant, blocking that cash out steal.
I'm sorry if I'm not talking too much. I'm just like,
Jet setters are playing for keeps. They've snagged the
these matches have been like, I've been playing a little bit off stream, and these last few matches have been really fucking intense. Like very intense.
The live wires are back in action. 3 down, message clear, station
Danger down there.
The Retros are over at Vault 3 to check what's inside.
Sure.
Stage. Now let's see the second unfold.
You can feel
Enemy
the
spotted
momentum
down there.
shifting in every place.
Watch out. Down there.
Castbox changes hands. The live wires. The live wires have kicked off a cash out.
Keep you going.
That wasn't a hold. That was a lesson.
Fuck, man. Give me my hook missed.
cash box was up for grabs for mere seconds, and the big splash snatched it.
Cash out seat, go!
Fuck.
Let me check my schedule first. I'm going down there! Enemy over there!
And the big splash quickly take control of a cash box left unguarded. The big splash have kicked off a cash out. Well, things are looking outdated for the retros at the moment.
Dude, what the fuck? They're all here. Purple came to grief.
The live wires move ahead.
We should just go for the next vault. Probably than like letting them fight because they're just gonna fight over that vault,
Our
right?
contestants better not leave that unattended for too long.
Here's the shortcut.
The jet setters are back in the arena, folks. The live wires are unlatching a vault.
Oh my god, that strat. Oh, he knew! I didn't think about the mine. That was really smart. Fuck.
60 seconds to go.
This is when strategies can make or break.
Oh, that's so tough.
One of our teams has triggered overtime, so we get to enjoy this match a bit longer. That was nice of them.
The live wire starts a catch.
I don't know what to do now. This is rough.
Setting a zip line. Going for that zip line.
History repeats itself for the retros.
They looked a bit outdated out there.
The big splash are taking a plunge and opening a vault.
Trying to avoid getting fucking singled out randomly.
We still
Oh
have
my
30
god.
seconds remaining.
Don't worry, Scotty. I won't tell anyone if you start sweating. Eliminating opponents one by
Defend cash out seat.
10 seconds left. Well,
Nice.
folks, the jet setters are the team to beat as we soar
Oh,
into the
man.
final round.
And joining them, we've got the big splash. Can they create a current strong enough to soak up the victory?
That was a really troll pull anyways. I shouldn't have pulled it to cover. I should have pulled it to the open. I don't know why I pulled it to cover.
Okay, folks, it's the big show. It's what we've all been waiting for. It's the final round. Here we go. The big splash up against the jet setters. Here we go. One last shot. Make it count.
Gotta reload.
Here we go, Scotty. Two exceptional teams are ready to battle it out for the top spot. The team that reaches 50,000 will be crowned the winner.
Ah, no one knows the rules quite like our June.
Enemy spotted down there.
Oh,
The initial elimination is in.
where is his body?
That's right, June. I'm so excited right now, I didn't even hear what you said.
It's contagious, Scotty. Let's see where this energy takes us.
First gateway going out. Yeah, take that. Okay, here, use this gate. Deploying a zip line. Watch out, up there. Head to Vault 1. Certainly. Threat detected, up here. Watch out, up there. Threat detected. Danger at cash out A. Danger at cash out A. Threat detected. Watch out, over there.
I'm gonna open it.
Vault 1, move. Danger at cash out A.
The jet setters take flight, opening Vault 1.
Fuck. Oh, shit on. Oh. Oh, okay.
First team wipe in the bag, and it's a highlight.
That's not the moment the jet setters wanted. The big splash got hold of a cash box.
I go to A probably.
I'm going
We've
up there.
got the jet setters returning to the arena.
Everyone group up.
Oh no, they went to B and they went to A.
Jet setters, nicely done. Cash out underway thanks to the jet setters.
I'm just gonna live in coin. Oh. Oh, he fucking got the EMP through. Man.
Gotta reload. Enemy spotted. Up there. Enemy spotted. Down there. Bandit bomb out.
Nice. That was some sick tech.
No attachments left.
Find me an explosive barrel yesterday.
I'm going to revive. Hold on.
I need an explosive barrel. Where are they all? Oh. Why I missed? Are you fucking joking me? What happened to my propane tank? Oh,
Troubles for the Jet
it
Setters
broke.
once more.
I hit
Team
nothing.
wipe.
That it's directly in the center. Oh, that sucks.
The Big Splash are playing for keeps. They've snagged the match's first cash out.
I just love when a well-timed steal hits the jackpot.
Station's still there. So
That
is
was
the
not
beer.
intended. Engage Vault 2. Enemy spotted down there.
The Jet Setters are slipping into Vault 2.
Stay close to each other, team. Help drop. Enemy over there. Reloading. Threat detected.
The Jet Setters swooped up a cash box.
Team, stay together. We gotta use that zip line.
Bro, I'm getting.
Hitting now. Gather up. Team, stick side by side.
Okay, I see. It's a bait. It's a bait. It's a bait. I understand. I understand.
Watch out! Cash box 2. Watch out! Up there. Taking damage. Watch out! Up there.
A contestant is moving from elimination to elimination.
Now.
He came back. Fuck.
The Jet Setters have been grounded once again with a team wipe.
Clean sweep, dirty intentions.
These guys are just better. This lay's a fucking god.
The Big Splash have commenced.
Okay, this
the
one's a
cash
little bit
out.
more off center. I don't have enough time to break it. It's 60 seconds.
Respawn alert. The Jet Setters are back in action.
You have like 2 fights.
Attack on A. Steal it. Sending a rocket.
Four lives gone. Workers.
Ain't no way, man.
Four down. One feels quieter.
Let's gather
The
up.
Jet Setters have respawned. Let's see how they bounce back.
Shortcut. Attack on A. Steal it.
The Big Splash proved to be more of a tsunami as they
GG.
win the
I tried,
final
man.
round.
Really not much I could do.
Congratulations to our rising stars.
Yeah, I tried, man. There's really not much I could do there against that light player. That light player just had more range infinitely. Can we get a 3Q? Like instantly offline. I'm having on my friends list if you just fucking just immediately offlines. All right, bet. Yeah. It's really hard to deal with lights, man. It's really, really hard to deal with lights. I think the Raffica is their best weapon, probably right now. Just because it does so much damage, it has high range, it has a really fast reload speed. Like, what the fuck do you do? Lights have the fastest movement. The only thing that's scary about light is that about being a light is that they have no HP. Triple burst pistol, yeah, it's the M93 Raffica. And this game is just called the 93R, which I guess like they probably changed the receiver a little bit just to avoid copyright. But yeah, it's the M93 Raffica for the IRL pistol if you want to look it up. It's a 3-round burst pistol that fires 9mm parabellum, usually subsonic rounds. I mean, like, cause yeah. Yeah, it's better than an AKM. All of the medium weapons do less damage than light weapons, which doesn't make any sense in a general sense. Because most of the light weapons are 9mm, except for the Arn. I believe the Arn is like a honey badger, but it's not quite a honey badger. I think the ARN might be a different rifle entirely, but I'm pretty sure it's either 300 Blackout or uses 5.56 because it looks like that type of rifle. But I mean, 300 Blackout and 5.56 are basically the same rounds. I mean, it will chamber. It won't fire. It will break the gun, but you know. Or a 308.
That's right, June. I'm right now. I didn't even hear what you said.
It's contagious, Scotty. Let's see where this energy takes us.
Damn.
The first team wipe has happened.
Are these the same guys from last game? I think it is. It's the double heavy light. I'm pretty sure these are the same guys from last game. Oh, that sucks, dude. I have way less competent teammates in comparison. Those guys are really hard to fucking deal with because M93 Raffica, they have the SRM. The SRM was a 1216. They have an Ash 12 and the M93 Raffica. Bro.
Charge the cash out beat. Okay.
The big splash are back on the scene.
I'm trolling. I might die here.
pull ahead.
Bro, what do I do? I didn't even realize my teammate was dead.
Another washout for the big splash.
I just
Tough
coined, it's
times
fine.
multiply.
No need for towels. They've been left high and dry.
They're heavy, light as well.
Cash out steal denied. A clutch play out there in the arena.
Yeah, I'm shooting behind him constantly.
This is exactly what the Boundless needed. They've pocketed our first cash out. A potent play from the Mighty as they steal.
Risky moves reap rewards.
The Mighty completed a cash out.
A brilliant steal led them straight to that one.
The Mighty have grabbed the advantage. The High Notes are
Sprint
re-entering
to
the
cash
arena.
out C.
Dude, like my teammates don't work together and they do.
Halftime.
Indeed.
That's the
Ready
worst
for more
part.
edge of your seat.
I think the best is yet to come, Scotty.
I need to get more in there.
The Mighty have started a cash out.
I got fucking owned.
The High Notes initiate a cash out.
We're so split.
Two steps closer to walking out rich and alone. Okay, let's go.
The Boundless pilfered a cash out.
Ah, that was so well played.
Bro, where's my team? Oh, what the fuck do I do? This is over. My teammates don't want to work with me? Fine.
They left in silence.
Match is automatically a nightmare. Yes. My teammates don't want to work together. It's very easy to work together in this game, man.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh,
Clutch play out there in the arena.
The Mighty are showing a lot of heart out there. They just bagged their second consecutive cash out.
3 enders, 1 remains.
A bit of a recurring nightmare for the Boundless. Another wipe. Fantastic steal by the big splash.
Now that's how you play.
Like, I don't know why he went for it and not me.
Wave after wave of
But,
success,
you know.
the big splash snagged a cash out.
Like, but he, like, I don't know, dude. I had the body. I had to try and help
Who will
him.
get to the new vault first? The big splash are unlocking the vault. Less than a minute left.
Every second counts.
Advance the cash out A. Acknowledged.
The Boundless can't seem to catch their stride. They're down again.
Opportunity awaits for our contestants as we're heading into overtime.
Cash out set in motion by the high notes.
RPG eliminated. Watch out! Down here! Danger down there.
That was such a sick hook.
Okay. Defend over here. Defend over here. Defend down here.
We're down to the last 30 seconds. Which team will triumph?
Protect cash out.
Teams need to push hard to
I can't fucking see it, man. And I'm lagging. What the fuck?
10 seconds.
Oh my god.
The Mighty scored a mighty round for the win. They'll be the ones to topple in the next match.
And let's not forget the big splash. They've earned their position in the next match too.
Oh, it's not 1K, it's 300. But why the fuck am I lagging, man? Fuck you, Rogers ISP. What the fuck is wrong with my dog shit ISP? Like I have nothing going on, dude. Whatever, I'm gonna watch this video while we wait for my ISP to stop shitting the bed.
So what is the secret to this newfound happiness of mine? The one trick doctors don't want you to know? I haven't been online as much. I've been going outside far more frequently, spending time in the real world. And as such, I'm sure many of you have noticed over the last 10 or 11 months, internet drama hasn't been a huge focal point of the channel because I haven't seen a whole bunch of it. I haven't kept up with the vast majority of it. And of course, occasionally I've still dipped my tootsies in some of it, like if there's something particularly wacky going on, and I still cover like news and crazy shit going on with aliens and all of that kind of thing, or if there's like a really cringe, you know, prankster that got arrested or something, I'll still talk about that. But it's not like a fixation for me like it used to be over the last few years where I was covering any and all internet creators.
I'm gonna also contact Twitter, to be honest.
And I want to keep it that way. I'm having a lot more fun not doing that. That being said, there is something that has unfolded here that's like the John Wick killing the dog moment that's bringing me back, just very temporarily. And it's pirate software. Yesterday I talked about Stop Killing Games. And there's no way to talk about Stop Killing Games without also mentioning Pirate Software because of the profound effect he has had on that initiative in its demise. I say demise, but it's not actually fully cooked, but it has been on life support, and Pirate Software did play a big role in that because of 2 videos he made, as well as a stream, shitting all over it. And
Back
that's
to
not even doing it
the
justice. He
same
was full-blown
issues.
tooting on this. He was shitting on it with some fart on top. And a lot of what he was saying about stop killing games wasn't accurate. It was a misrepresentation of the initiative. And the guy behind it, the guy spearheading it, Ross, finally set the record straight on a lot of the misconceptions that Pirate Software helped to put out there and kind of exacerbate these thought processes that just weren't accurate for what the initiative was actually aiming to do. He finally set the record straight.
Also, I just want to say, like, while we're watching this video, because I am kind of just watching the video because I just want to do something while I'm waiting for this fucking internet like hiccup to just pass. This is really pissing me off. Like, I shouldn't be paying 120, 130 Canadian a month for dog shit internet. So I'm just contacting them right now. I'm so sick of it. I was hoping maybe you just go away. Maybe, just maybe it would go away. Maybe. Running a speed test too. But I am just also messaging fucking the Rogers helpline on Twitter right now. Oh yeah, right now I have 2 megabits uploads right now. 2 megabits. That's awesome. Has been persisting. When did Splitgate 2 comes out? Because this happened specifically on the release date of Splitgate 2. On the beta release date. On May 22nd. When did I play Splitgate? What time was that? Did I stream that on YouTube or was that before I started streaming everything? Cuz I'm getting sick of this shit. It's fucking miserable. I'm also going to take a screenshot of this and I'm just going to send it. Oh, I'm looking for my VOD. Maybe it's like there randomly. I don't know if it'll show up from that long ago. Oh, it is. Do I have like a time of this day that I started playing Splitgate 2? It's specifically this day. Does Splitgate 2 have an internal time clock? I don't think we have an internal clock on the website or in the game. When did I start streaming this day? I don't remember. What was like the time of day of the did I start playing this? Okay, it looks like it was in the daytime. Oh my god, I have such a gamer back. So bad. I want to say it was like 3 p.m. That's a great such a good a freeze frame. I'm so sorry, Charlie. Bro. That's how I feel right now. That's how my ISP looks right now. Let's see. Hiccups. Yeah. Mass. Load throttle. Spins around 8. Eight to However, this not the case. Manage Oh, at least I'm starting to get more. It's starting to get like more kilobits back, as what I'm seeing here. It's starting to like overdo the amount of kilobits because I think it's trying to like even it out. This is pretty ridiculous. Can't do that. Can't do it here. Used to be able to. It's just fucking ridiculous. So here's my OBS right now. Check this out. So right here in the bottom right, you can see right here, it says it has red bars and it's like overdoing the amount of kilobits it needs for the stream for all the platforms. But the reason why it's doing that is because I need about 24, no, I need about like 18 kilobits a second for everything to like standardize because I'm streaming on 3 platforms. If I go right now to my speed test, do a second speed test right now on stream. This is fucking miserable. I haven't had to do this for years. Oh, we're getting more on our download. But you can see right now the upload is struggling. It's really fucking struggling. This is really bad. This is really fucking bad. Uh, uh. I have to go through the website now. Oh, I can't answer my common questions without billing my get troubleshooting and support. Internet. What issue are you having? Connectivity issues. Oh my god. I don't remember what my Rogers account is. What even is my username? Your username is your email used to register. Okay. That not the did I like use two different emails for like my Rogers account? This is so irritating. Because like it all goes to so my Rogers payments and billing goes to a different email than my main. Not recognized. What do you mean not recognized? My sign in different? What? Maybe I use my I don't know. I don't remember what my Rogers like account is. I need to sign into it to fucking be able to do this. Oh god, I might just have to stop stream and just I don't know, fucking chill for now. I don't even remember what my fucking Rogers account is anymore. Like it's sending me my notifications to my Google email address. It's not sending like I don't know. Like bro, what? Your username is the email you use to register for my Rogers. Okay, some older usernames don't use this format. It just no. Got username? I don't know. Is either what? Either incorrect or hasn't been registered with us yet. Please. What do you fucking mean? Oh. I have to do this offline. This is such a mess.
And I, of course, wanted to talk about it as someone who does actually care about it.
I want to
As
see what
said, I've been a
Charlie has to
little
say
more
about
off the
the
grid.
stop
I'm on
killing
a
game
fucking
stuff.
farm, so I've been, living off the Lord's land recently, and I've missed a lot of the internet happenings. So Pirate Software's previous anime arcs of drama, like with World of Warcraft, and the one after that, 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 I didn't pay a whole lot of
The World of Warcraft one was pretty stupid because I don't think it, like Pirate Software was fully at fault for that whatsoever. I think a lot of people are really narcissistic and think he is, but it's really stupid because he was told to run away. Now, should he have been checking like to his positioning just to see what was going on? Yeah, but the rate like the dungeon lead's job was like Yamato told him to leave and run. He told the whole group to run, and he ran. He did exactly that. And they said he could have used Mana Pot, but that would only have given him one spell. And I don't know if the one spell, because I don't know the spells in World of Warcraft very well, if that one spell would have made the difference, because the casting distance for Mage isn't even that large anyways. So even if he cast it slow, then he would have died anyways. And the best decision for him to do was to run. And he did everything he could have done anyways. And the only reason why Yamato is being such an asshole about it is because he's a little bitch. That was the only reason why Yamato was even mad about it, because he lost his time and he wanted to be emo and he wanted to ego other people so he could people would watch him. Because the thing about the streamer guild is that if someone's viewers die, like if a streamer's character dies, guess what? Those viewers will probably maybe go to the other streamers. That is like how that works. It's not going to be many, but it's a cutthroat industry, right? Yamato wants. He wanted that. And I mean, Pirate Software is still very condescending with how he acted, and that's exactly how Pirate Software behaves. He talks very condescendingly, and he can come off very pedantic. Does he know a lot? Is he a smart man? Yeah, sure, but does he know how to express himself very well? No, absolutely not.
Contingent 2, I only got little tiddlywinks, little morsels of lore about it in a few clips, so I never really even understood what was going on there. So Pirate Software's response to everything that happened yesterday really caught me by surprise. That was a subversion of my expectations, bigger than Game of Thrones Season 8.
Yeah, Hutcher, I did. I think it's really hilarious to me that that entire community is so butt mad at me for putting out a video 10 months ago about their stuff, and then not being refuted, and now it's my fault that everything is going wrong for them.
That's real. See, again, like, I don't have to say much, right? Like, Charlie plays a clip and it says, and I said about what I thought about Pirate Software's kind of attitude towards things and how he pushes everything off, and there we go. Bravo. Bravo.
I cannot believe his ego. His ego is so out of control, I feel like he's only a week or two away from exclusively referring to himself in third person, like Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin.
I, the Pirate Software.
And that's the truth, because Pirate Software said so. Some shit like that. It's crazy how he's responded.
I think if it's true, right, because I don't know him. He could be saying shit. It's the internet, right? We don't know. But it'd be a weird thing to, like, for him to lie about. It would be really weird, because I mean, who does that with that kind of thing? I mean, well, no one lies on the internet, right? Obviously, but Pirate Software has a background in programming and being one of the best hackers basically in America, as he's gotten to multiple like hacker cons and gotten like these really high level awards for doing what he does and being such a good dude at what he does, that he was hired by the US government to work on networking infrastructure and security for like major like major like what do you call it, key industries like nuclear power and stuff like that, is what I understand. And that's what he said. He obviously knows stuff, but there are other things, like when people like send him they send him like these donations and they say, oh, I am depressed, or like, oh, my wife and I are going through some rough stuff, do you have any advice? He should like his like some of the things he does and says, like with that, he doesn't say it like an authority, because that's not what he does, but he shouldn't entertain stuff like that on his stream, I would say. Like, he should say, like, dude, go see a therapist, talk with your wife and whatever. But he gives very long-winded suggestions for things that are not his concern, and also something that he doesn't have enough information to make an assessment on anyways, which is, I mean, something else he's done with other things obviously that have nothing to do with this with that subject matter. But yeah, there you go. He makes a lot of, he's doing things without full information, and especially when it comes to relationships, you shouldn't entertain that kind of thing on stream. It's unhealthy. What does a streamer know about relationships? He's not a therapist. He's a streamer. And I think it's very, it's a type of manipulation, because every streamer does it to a degree. What degree it may be, I don't know, right? But every streamer has a degree of manipulation in order to create that community around them so that they can continue doing what they are doing by streaming.
The smugness is nails on a chalkboard. It just makes you feel icky listening to it. And he goes on that same talking point multiple times in the clip about how, like, oh, I guess I'm fully to blame. I guess because I made those videos 10 months ago, it's my fault entirely that this whole thing crashed and burned. Yep. Oh boy. Time to play a sad song on the world's smallest violin for the Stop Killing Games movement. All because Big Bad Pirate Software took it all down by himself. Like, it's crazy. No one's saying that. Like, there is no one out there that is saying it's entirely Pirate Software's fault that Stop Killing Games hasn't been more.
Well, let's be real. There's probably like one or two people, and like Pirate Software is clearly being one guy. He's getting one guy for sure. There's probably a few people, and it's upsetting him and it's annoying him. Like Pirate Software has gotten a lot of unfair hate and very aggressive, very unintelligible aggression towards him. That's for sure. But unlike say like Asmongold or Hassan Piker or Aiden Ross, XQC or whatever, Pirate Software is not capable of digesting and shrugging off that type of negativity or otherwise nonsensical criticism of his character. And so it's just something he's not capable of really digesting, and that's proven just by his actions multiple times. So I think everyone copes with it differently, right? And everyone acts different. Everyone has their own different versions of defenses, and for him, it's deflection. It's a lot of deflection.
More successful in its endeavors, but there's irrefutable evidence that you had a detrimental effect, a majorly damaging effect on Stop Killing Games because of your misinformation that you spread about it in 2 videos and across all your streams, and not once have you bothered to correct that record. And he has said that it hasn't been refuted in 10 months. That is fish paste. That is turbo horseradish. Go to your own comment section on your videos to see everyone refuting you, as well as the innumerable other gamers and voices out there that have taken down those talking points and debunked a lot of them and proven that you just didn't understand it. And that is the big problem. No one hates Pirate Software because he doesn't agree with Stop Killing Games.
Let's go to Pirate Software video about this. Can we find it? Stop Killing Games. Doing it this way would be faster. Simply because, oh man, oh no, oh no. If you got Mudahar if you made Mudahar angry too, that's a problem, my guy. Also, Josh Strife Hayes from 10 months ago. I forgot about that. Let's see.
Hi, my name is Jason Thorpe.
I don't care. Let's see. So let's look at the comments. You can take the employee out of the blizzard, but you can't take the blizzard out of the employee. Oh no. The game industry would just die if it had if it had to be fair to consumers. Then maybe it should. I know it won't, but if you call your bluff, then I agree that no such industry should be allowed to exist. Fair. Let's see. Isn't the idea to get the companies to give the players tools to run their own servers when the company wants to kill their own servers? Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. What else we got in here? I'm a software engineer and I understand client server software. We make software for enterprise clients, and the clients host their own servers for security reasons inside the corporate networks behind firewalls, which means, yes, we distribute server binaries. Here's a proposal. The game studio or publisher should be able... This is more of a proposal, not like refuting. But let's see. Enforcing monetization in its own owner of the IP. If the studio shuts down, the IP gets acquired by another company, then the enforcement duty transfers to the new owner. Maybe. The game studio should not make existing user data available to the public. That means the players will lose in-game progress and will have to start from scratch if they play on the third-party server. No way around that. User data should remain private. That's fine. Since we allow monetization, any items that players used to be able to purchase via microtransactions should become free on third-party servers. Yeah, that's how it usually works. Let's see. That's so weird. Valve dropped support for 3 Counter-Strike games, but I can still boot up CS 1.6 right now and play online without any issue. Yes, Gaben is the gaming god after all. 512, dude, Datamars literally found a disabled offline mode in the code. Yeah, this is about the crew, I believe. I love how whenever presented with a bad consequence of the live service model, like being rendered unplayable, including the single player campaign, the response we get is, but that's normal. But did it ever occur that it being normal is a bad thing? Maybe games being unarchivable and made to be wiped from the earth when they're no longer profitable through predatory microtransactions or subscription services might be a bad direction for the industry to go in. Yeah, so we can see there's a lot, right? This is enough. There's a lot of refuting of what he said.
The reason so many people are angry at him, myself included here, you can disagree with the movement all you want. If you don't like the initiative, I'm not your fucking dad. You make your own choices there. But the reason so many people, myself included, do not like how Pirate Software is handling all this is he is outright refusing to just admit any level of fault, that he was wrong about anything. And that couldn't be more clear from these clips as well as his tweets that he's made. It's actually his tweets that really sent me off.
Oh no, I haven't seen his tweets.
Let's start with this little nugget here that he deleted from last night. So he tweeted directly at Ross.
I saw this. I saw this tweet, but I didn't read it. I was like, it was a too long didn't read type situation. Let's see what he said.
Stop Killing Games.
Does Charlie say it for me?
He made those videos 10 months ago, and since then, his community has been nothing but hate.
He doesn't. Okay, I'll read it. I put 2 voices disagreeing with your initiative. Or 2 videos disagreeing with your initiative 10 months ago and haven't talked about it since. Now your initiative has failed and you're blaming me for 33 minutes of the hour-long video covering it. Your community is out in force, shitting up our streams and socials with hate messages, threats, and snide comments. Since you're so set on cutting up my responses into pieces to try to make me seem unhinged, I'm going to drop my videos here to show the actual context. There is also a massive pinned FAQ on the list video, or in the first video, you can read through to see my reasoning. To quote back to you, if you're going to hate me, at least hate me for what I'm actually saying. The only engagement I've seen that is level-headed has been more Lois Rossman. It's from Lois Rossman. His video breaks down that I disliked and tried to meet in the middle with a conversation that made sense. As such, I engaged with him on the video as screenshotted below. Yeah, this is a bit of a script. The only engagement I've seen that is sorry. I'm fine talking to people that are level-headed about this and can have a conversation about but to be a real dude, every time you've been involved, your orbiters turn shit toxic instantly, and it sets me off. So that's a skill issue. You're a streamer, and you're also I think Thor is like what 35. Suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it the fuck up. You're a programmer. You've done really tough things for very high level clients. You've worked in a very, very cutthroat industry. You've worked at Blizzard. You've worked with some really shitty people, and you've had to deal with nitwits all your life because you are fairly a smart person. Suck it the fuck up. What is this shit? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck does that mean? That's so stupid. You can't just go and say, oh, well, I just felt like having a tantrum because I didn't like this person. That's not how the world works. It like you can do that on your stream, but you can't do that when we're talking about initiatives and affecting other people, because this is about a situation that we as people who love video games care about. That's ridiculous. Let's see. That was stupid. That was really stupid. But I mean, like, as he said himself, I mean, like, what do you expect from a soft white nerd, I guess, right? Because I myself am someone who have been in positions of working with very militant behaviors and much tougher environments. So my tolerance is much higher, extremely high. But also I can also sympathize and agree with dealing with stupid people. I am not a massive streamer, and I have not been large in like a decade. So, yeah, I haven't had to deal with a large audience of idiots or anyone like that in a long time. And I definitely dealt with it much worse in my 20s versus now in my 30s. I don't really care. People can say whatever the fuck they want. I know it's not true. People can call me Hitler if they want, you know, something stupid. And I'll just retweet it because I think it's funny. Your community is fucking rabid and it's shit to deal with for anyone on the other side of the argument. This is really condescending. Why would you send this out? What do you think I haven't talked about? Why do you think I haven't talked about this shit in 10 months? Why do you think we auto-mute anyone bringing it up in chat? Because it's been rage bait and shit flinging the entire time. Your own Reddit had people openly talking about causing drama in our community to try to stir more support. I still disagree with your movement for all of the reasons I stated. That's unlikely to change, and it's this point I am more than fine with that. Stay frosty. That is very cringe. That is extremely cringe. Like, what is wrong with you? Suck it up. That's insane. Now, is it fair that he's getting like certain things that may or may not be happening? I'm very certain those type of things could be happening. There could be people who want to stir shit up, right? Like people who want to stir the pot exist, for sure. Now, but like behaving and reacting this way, it's really immature. It's really, really, really immature. He could have said this in a much more mature way and still gotten the same message out, but the sentiment makes him look like he's more of someone throwing a tantrum than someone who's like, this is tough. And like what he could do is he could have Lewis Rossman on his stream to explain exactly what he's trying to, like, the issues of the conversation. But in those 10 months, has Pirate Software worked out with making content with Lewis Rossman on the conversation to debate if what he's talking about is right or wrong, or even like coming to the conclusions of understanding the points at hand? No, he has not. So he sounds condescending, pedantic, and also self-righteous. It's very self-serving. This is ridiculous. It's about as good as a Logan Paul apology letter.
A scourge, a fucking tyrannid threat that he must destroy.
Tyrannid.
Your community is fucking rabid, and it's shit to deal with for anyone on the other side of the argument.
That part is that no one wants to sit through videos as evidence.
Why do you think I haven't talked about this shit in 10 months? Why do you think we auto-mute anyone bringing it up in chat? Because it's been rage bait and shit flinging the entire time. And just goes on about like how he is the victim of Ross's toxic, terrible community, which is hilariously hypocritical coming from Pirate Software.
Yeah, that's extreme. That's
which in his videos and his streams, he makes it very clear and is very rude about how much he dislikes not only Ross, but the movement. And it's not like he's being very professional and polite about it, you know, buttoned up. Listen to it.
So this was my first encounter of him.
Oh shit, now this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
Yeah, this is why people don't like Pirate Software. this type of behavior and acting and saying like if he is the self-righteous character, like this is right here. This is like some high, like his tweet and then seeing this right next to it is like some really high tier Final Fantasy 14 drama.
That is awful. That is a horrible goddamn direction. That's awful, dude. Now, eat my entire ass. That the level of stupid that I just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This shit sucks. That's a really stupid ass move.
And I know these are real, like we could say this could be out of context, these could be clipped and all this. No, I watched this live. He said all of this and it was actually really frustrating, and I tuned out because I enjoyed at least some of the stuff Pirate Software talked about, and I really like the conversation of when people talk about video games because we all love video games. But the stuff he said was just objectively wrong.
That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit then. I drop the mask entirely. I have no qualms about that. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing. That sounds stupid as shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Ross and his community that are actually the assholes here. Brother, come on, you can't possibly be calling the wambulance with a side of french fries here about people being mean to you when you are literally the one that started the shit-flinging and name-calling. And by the way, Ross never even addressed this for 10 months because he didn't want to dilute the initiative into just having it be boiled down to drama between creators, which...
Absolutely, that's exactly the point too. Louis Rossman never mentioned any of this. He was always on top. I don't watch him very often because, I mean, there's only so much I can digest or listen to when talking about the same topic of don't kill games, right? We understand the initiative, but it has come up recently. About a month ago, the same conversation came up in my YouTube feed from different content creators because I was watching the racing game community of like YouTube content creators because I've talked about this. I was on a really big racing game binge. I still am. I just haven't gotten back to doing them. And at some point, I'm going to play Grid Legends. But the in the racing game community, they talk a lot about games that are abandonware, and they talk about how the modern day festival racing games are basically like all there is, but they're all like these live service based games. Like Forza, someday you will not be able to play Forza Horizon 4 or 5. You already can't play Forza Motorsports 1 through 7 because they're not purchasable. You can't play Grid. You can't play Race Legends Grid. The original game from 2008. You can't buy a Need for Speed Shift, Pro Street Shift 2 Unleashed. It's impossible basically to find copies of Carbon, Most Wanted, Porsche, or any of those like older Need for Speed games. The original Hot Pursuit game is impossible to find. Hot Pursuit 2 you can't find. Underground 2, Midnight Club. What do you call it? There's even more games. Grid Motorsport. Oh, no one liked Grid Motorsport, but I'm still going to talk about it. Was it Grid 2? That game is also unpurchasable. Most of the Dirt franchise is unpurchasable. Like there's a plethora of dead, abandonware video games that are unpurchasable. The Jack and Daxter original series. Well, Jack and Daxter Intro because they never got remastered or anything. Like Jack and Daxter is gone. Ratchet and Clank original games are fucking gone. Pretty much the entire PSP video game library, like Loco Roco, is fucking gone. Wipeout Pure, Wipeout 2048, Wipeout 3, Wipeout Original 2097. All the original Gran Turismo games, Gran Turismo 1 through 4 are all gone. Actually, no, Gran Turismo's 1 through 6 are gone. I think all those servers are dead. Gran Turismo Sport, you can't play. You can't play Gran Turismo Sport anymore. So yeah, like there's a really big conversation about that. And like even right now, you know, one of the games I'm generally just enjoying, kind of just like existing and playing every now and again right now for modern festival racing games, like it's or driving games, more like it really, because that's what they are. They're more about cruising around and kind of doing these social aspects, which is not something I care a lot about. I care very much about I'm very introverted, and I've talked about this a lot. I don't really care about communicating with people. I care about the culture of things that we as humans do, though, like engineering of certain things. Like I love car culture engineering. I'm a huge tuner head with this type of stuff. I love the conversation about VTECs, turbos, cylinders, engine swapping, drive shifts, all different drive trains, different wheels and camber, which is how much air is in your tires per like wheel in order to get better cornering, how hard or soft the tire is, all this type of stuff I enjoy. I'm a nerd about that kind of thing. And am I super deep? Like, are there people way smarter than me about this? Yes, absolutely. But do I have a general idea of how these things work? Yes. I'm an enthusiast about these kind of things. Nerd is probably the wrong word. That's too much. There's way smarter people than me when it comes to like car stuff like that. But that's what I like. So I play the Crew Motorfest, but I am worried that someday, or not worried, I know that someday I will no longer be able to play the Crew Motorfest because I purchased technically a license, not the game. So the game will be taken away from me someday, and that's it. It'll just be gone. That's it. There's one person I watched from who played the Crew Motorfest. Her name is Hushy. She plays a lot of other games too, and she's really cool. This Latino girl from Florida or something like that. She plays, and she's playing Apex Legends. And one of her favorite games to play is Apex Legends. And she will one day no longer be able to play that game. And recently, in the terms of services of Apex Legends, I believe it was yesterday or today, they just updated saying that you are agreeing to the terms of service by playing this game. You agree to the terms of service that you are just acquiring a license to play, and it can just be taken away from you. Therefore, you owe nothing and you will be happy, which really sucks because for her, she has like a couple $1,000s worth of weapon skins, character model skins on her account. Her account is worth upwards of probably $3,000 to $4,000 US. And all of that could just be taken away one day when the servers go offline and it's fucking over. It's crazy. Ads just started, so I'm gonna wait for them to finish here, and we'll move on. We'll move on with it after this. But yeah, I thought that was really insane. I think that's really disappointing. I think it's sad. I might turn this into a YouTube video, to be honest. I didn't really plan to talk about this, but I saw this video from Charlie and I was like, I really want to watch this. It's really ridiculous. I'm going to check if my streams too on my other platforms are good. It looks like our internet service is back. It's not really bad. It's kind of struggling, but I think everything should be okay. I shouldn't have this little of my uploads should not be that little, but you know, what can I do? Because Rogers is a piece of shit. Oh, ads are done. Hello, welcome back. Ads are done. I just wanted to like kind of like comment on these. The problem is that he doesn't elaborate as to the why, just implementing the how. Yeah, and that's kind of like something. And I think the reason why Pirate Software does that is because he doesn't necessarily have all the information to explain the why. So he kind of like skips over it. That's kind of something he does, or he's assessed all of it. And I've noticed this with a lot of programmers, and it's kind of like a stereotype, to be honest, but I've noticed this a few times now, is that a lot of programmers, they like to assume people have the same common sense as they do, or like kind of like sensibilities as they do, so therefore they shouldn't have to explain it because it's common sense. But that's ridiculous because everyone thinks differently about things. And some people are less invested in such conversations, therefore you should still explain it. And for a less educated audience, and a broader audience, it is still healthy to explain the why in order to get to the how. I can tell Charlie is scorned because he thought Pyro was one of the good guys for a while. Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know a lot of Moist Critical's like personal opinions on certain things, so I don't know. I watch him seldom, but I do enjoy his commentary a lot. I can't even run Forza Horizon 5 at launch. That was fun and frustrating to sit through for 2 weeks. That sucks. Forza Horizon 5 ran generally pretty good for me all the time. The problem is that the game is really boring, but it's a technical marvel. It's visually stunning. The cars are rendered astoundingly well, and it's just a beautiful game. But the problem is that it's a boring video game. It's very technically beautiful, but like there's nothing to do in it. And the things that are there to do in it are really hard to get to or find, because of all the third-party communities that you have to go through to get to them. And the whole Forza racing scene and stuff like that is also a toxic mess, and I don't want to deal with that because I really don't like, again, fraternizing with a lot of communities because of the toxicity that end up happening in those communities. It becomes very high school very quickly, and I hate that shit. I came for a very specific purpose, and I want that purpose to be served, and if it's not served, well, I go somewhere else. That's that simple. I don't want to have to engage with like 15 different narcissists that are going to like kind of like vibe check me in order to do something I wanted to do in the base game. So yeah, back to it.
I think was actually very big of him. The only reason he's talking about it now is because it's at the end of its life, and so many people still don't understand it because of someone like Pirate Software misrepresenting it. So he's finally setting the record straight there. Anyway, he did delete that tweet,
this is about
but just
Luce
a little
Rossmann.
while ago, he made a new tweet,
Oh,
a very
no.
long tweet, as well as a series of tweets under it in
Oh,
regards
no.
to this whole thing.
Oh,
and in
no.
all these words, all this mumbo jumbo, not once does he say he was wrong about anything. In fact, he just continues to double down, even proudly stating he is doubling down. Wow, how incredibly noble, doubling down on things you are provably, blatantly wrong about. We don't need to hit the jump.
Oh boy, I'm gonna read all of this. I'm going to read all of this. You have to go into the system process to disable a certain thing to get the multiplayer running correctly and not crash on startup. I think I had to do that, but I don't remember. I think my Forza Horizon 5 experience was generally unblemished, other than the fact that the game will stutter. A lot of modern racing games stutter, and I don't know why that is. I think it's because of like some really heavy DRM that's in them, so it's really miserable. But like the stutters I get in most racing games is like so minimal or like non-existent. Also, I run all of my games on a 2080, and a 2080 in modern day is pretty rough. Like, which is ridiculous. It's actually insane to say to that, because a 2080 is a really fucking powerful card, but the way games process and run nowadays is so it's so bad. I only play to see the cool designs uploaded to the community archives once in a blue moon. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's cool. That's fair. I am for me, it's about the attitude and the vibe that like different type of card games give. But Forza Horizon, especially in modern Forza Horizon games, they don't give any vibe. They don't give any personality. They don't give anything. It's very much like a pretending to be a festival, but there's no people and nothing's happening. And I think that's really boring. I think that Need for Speed Unbound has more personality than than Forza Horizon does. Let's see. So what does Pirate Software have to say about this now? Been reading through all the posts against me over my stance on the Stop Killing Games initiative. Tons of people calling me a liar or that I misrepresented the initiative. Also, lots of content creators dogpiling on this to get their pound of flesh. It's because you put yourself in a public space, so therefore we are allowed to criticize what you are saying. That is what being a public means. You are putting yourself on a public platform. 20% of mine is feeling it, man. Yeah, dude, it's rough. It's not good. Like, one of these days, I want to buy like a 40 series card. That'll probably be like an upgrade for a long time because that has like it has a lot of like RAM on. It has a lot of physical RAM or virtual RAM, whatever. My brain is not computer anymore. It's all computer. I love Tesla. It's I can't remember what it is anymore, but yeah, I believe the 4080 has like the most VRAM, 24 gigs, I think, of VRAM. And yeah, it has 24 VRAM, and that's the more than like the 5080, which only has 16. So I'd rather buy an older card, an older card that has more onboard RAM than a card that relies on running AI to get better performance. That's my opinion. It also runs cooler. It's also been proven that the 5080 runs like twice as hot for whatever reason. I can't remember everything, but basically the 5080 is like physical shovelware. Let's see. Let's dig into what I actually did and said. I put out 2 videos on August 6, 2024 and August 7, 2024. These videos are linked at the bottom of this post, and many people have not watched them and are just calling me a liar or attacking my character. I don't have to, because I was, well, actually, to be fair, he probably said more things that I didn't see. But I was there for his live stream of this whole conversation. Many people have not watched them and are just calling me a liar. Give the videos a watch, read the initiative itself, make conclusions, a conclusion that aren't copy paste from social media. Well, that's the thing. I watched I've read the Stop Killing Games myself. I'm Canadian, so I can't sign the petition, sadly. And I know what he said initially is not correct. Monetization on these videos is disabled, so no, this is not some ploy to increase revenue. I just care about the subject and have rightful concerns as a person working in this space. You work as an indie game developer. You're not a AAA game developer, so this concerns you next to nothing, to be honest. In the first video, I go through what an initiative is, how it's not law, and how it's stating a starting point for this entire process. Yes, an initiative, and it's a petition in the EU, which is different from American law, as far as I understand. Petitions and stuff don't do shit in America, but they probably or do have leeway in the European Union. And I believe this is only really taken. No, this is all of Europe. This is the European Union law, not like British law. I felt like it was like British law specifically about it, but like no, it's all EU. But I wouldn't someone who's a lawyer. I'm not a law person. I didn't go to school for law. I don't live in the EU. What do I know? Let's see. I go through an initiative. What initiative is blah, 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 blah. This helps people understand that this is to start the conversation for change and can adapt later. I then go through the initiative and some of its goals from the official page for it, then talk about the repercussions of them should they be implemented. As written, all games need to be left in a functional playable state. Yeah, we all agree with that. Next, I bring up the crew and walk through the business around it, the sequels, and the size of the player base at time of sunset. I did this because it's... As well as a series of... Oh my god, I can't read everything. I did this because it was called out by... Called out by this initially as an example of publishers destroying games.
Tweet, a very long tweet, as well as a series.
To clear up some disinformation about my character, I left AAA in 2016 because I fucking hate how the industry is now and and I prefer well, you don't have to swear. There's no reason to swear. That's just silly. Like, yeah, you could say something that bothers you, but we're talking about something in a mature stance here. You're trying to defend yourself. Please don't like swear for no reason in your own tweets. You're making yourself sound like a millennial written video game. I don't like Blizzard, or I would have stayed working there. That's why I quit. That's the entire point. Fuck AAA and what many studios have turned games into. That we can agree on. At least that, like, I'm okay with that, swear, because we can all agree with that. Outside of that, no, I am not financially supported by live service games. I make a single player RPG, and I am the director of strategy for off-brand games. In that position, I am paid minimum wage by my own decision because I care about games succeeding, not about profiting off of them. Okay, well, I mean, like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense in, like, kind of like the grand scheme of your job anyways. You're just doing it because, yes, like, you could have just said because you want more of the money to go to the to the actual product, rather than you. That's fine. It's just the way you said it seems really weird. To further this, the games we're publishing are all playable offline anyway, because their gameplay loops are not only based on interplayer interaction. Not all games are like this, and not all games can be like this. Yeah, but is this like I don't know if this is a comparison, so I won't make the comparison. And just for the sake of like the conversation, like the comparison I thought maybe he was making was like comparing it to like the live service situation of games like The Crew and stuff like that. Which is silly, but I don't think he's saying it, but he didn't outright say it. I don't know. No, I have not been running away from discourse on this. I talked about it for around 8 hours on stream yesterday, but you just said you were running away from it. I never took my videos down, and I have not discussed the initiative in the 10 months it's been since I released those videos. My internet also died mid-broadcast, so I had to go live again 30 minutes later. Thanks, ISP. That sucks. It's just like me. To finish out, just because I don't support this doesn't mean you should blindly follow me in that just because I said pretty words on the internet. Well, they weren't pretty. They were vulgar. You also shouldn't blindly bash me because some other creators said so. No one's saying that. I don't think anybody's saying that. I'm sure there's probably one or two weirdos who are saying that, but otherwise no one's saying that. Watch the videos I put out, read the initiative, decide for yourself, apply critical thinking, and don't outsource it to others. That's always good advice.
Series of tweets under it in regards to this whole.
I also harshly critique Ross Scott's wording in his videos because they disparage the lawmaking process and lawmakers, which it doesn't benefit players or this movement in any way. In the second video, I talk about the potential scenarios where a studio could be abused if the initiative was implemented as written. It adds new paths for abuse, and that needs to be discussed to help hone this initiative into something that would do good without doing harm. I then explained that very few people in the game development space can actually discuss this from the other side due to the fear of losing their jobs. Yeah, it's a very cutthroat kind of thing, right? A studio is much safer in silent dissent than they are discussing the drawbacks of your ideals. The recent attacks on our games is obvious evidence of this. What? What? Wait, is he saying that it, like, his game studio and whatever is of threat of being closed or whatever because of differing ideals of how video game businesses should be ran? What? What? I don't know. To recap, my main issue with this initiative is that it is broad in its approach to change the industry and the exact language of the initiative. Not the FAQ requests that all games stay in functional playable state. They should be all in a functional playable state as to the as given to the players. So like once the game is done, because that's the whole point of the initiative, once the game is done, the service is gone, that you're not profiting off of it. It could just become open source or whatever, and then they can make their own private servers. That's how people generally always do things. Like right now, there's a bunch of old games that are being revived from the dead. Like you can go play Killzone 2 right now on emulator, online multiplayer with other people. Oh, it's not super functional right now. It's pretty laggy past a certain amount of players, but like if it's like 4v4, 6v6, I think at most, it runs pretty damn well. But if it gets really big, it doesn't go right. It's not great. But Killzone 2, even when it was like actually a game, like on the PlayStation Network way back in the day, it was not great either. But we got ads again, so I'm gonna BRB. I'm gonna let those run. I'm gonna clean up my desk while we wait for ads. All right, ads are done, right? This is a really big. This I didn't expect this video, this like whole thing to turn into a giant ass react. To be honest, this is really good. This is actually really good. Heroes of New Earth is being brought back from its mummy sarcophagus. Is it? Heroes of New Earth? What is it being brought back by like by like private servers or something, or is this like an official thing? Remember there was a tweet or something from back in 2000. I want to say it was 22 now or 23 maybe, from the developers of a game called Dawngate. It was another one of those MOBA games that was being published by EA. I remember playing the beta of it back in like 2000. I want to say it was like 17, maybe earlier. I can't remember exactly, but I played the beta of Dawngate, and I thought it was okay. It was a little dark. I remember like the actual lighting and everything was kind of dark, but it performed well. I think that the camera position wasn't super good and it could be zoomed out a little bit more. That's what I remember. You could probably find old YouTube videos of Dawngate, but the game got canned and it never came out of beta. That's what I remember. It got canned by EA, and back in 2022, the developers of Dawngate they tweeted randomly like a post saying that they would want to bring the game back, and I don't know what the fuck happened since then. I don't think Dawngate's back, guys. It's what happened. I don't know. I think Fairlight was talking about it a while back. Jesse might have mentioned Heroes of New Earth. I know he enjoys Heroes of New Earth and stuff like that, but I don't think we'll see Heroes of New Earth ever come back. I don't think it's going to happen, bro. It's not real. Let's see. In the second video, I talk about the potential scenarios where a studio could be abused if the initiative was implemented. As written, it adds a new path for abuse, and that needs to be discussed to help hone this initiative into something that would do good without doing harm. Okay, I then explained that very few people in the game development space can actually. Yeah, I already read this. Okay. To recap, my main issue with the initiative is that it is broad in its approach to change the industry, and the exact language of the initiative, not the FAQ, requests that all games stay in a functional playable state. I read this. This is not feasible for all games at a technical level and could potentially restrict developers from making online-only games like MMOs, MOBAs, and user-generated content games in the future. That list is not exhaustive, and it doesn't matter if you do or don't like those kind of games. But that's ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. Because the whole conversation is for us to have, as the people who purchase these games, to have access to the games after they are no longer like purchasable, to avoid abandonware. It's called preservation. Effectively, like even in the as Charlie even said, even in these posts, like he's just wrong. He's arguing. He's arguing with a ghost. He's shadowboxing. Effectively, this has the potential to restrict future developers from making kick-ass experiences because it locks a weight on their designs. Limitation is not necessarily a detriment. Being able to work within limitations could lead to incredible creativity, as well as having expansive limits leads to new horizons. Both are true. Even though this is an initiative that can change in the future, this goal is core to the mission and deeply disruptive. So it needs to be called out. No, it's not.
Thing. And in all these words, all this mumbo jumbo, not once.
Just because I don't support this doesn't mean you should blindly follow me in the. Also, yep. Objectives. And then this is a picture of objectives. This initiative calls to require publishers that sell or license video games to consumers in the European Union or related features and assets sold for video games they operate to leave said video games in a functional playable state. Yes. Specifically, the initiative seeks to prevent the remote disabling of video games by the publishers before providing reasonable means to continue functioning of said video games without the involvement from the side of the publisher. The initiative does not seek to acquire ownership of said video games, associated intellectual rights, or monetization rights. Neither does it expect the publisher to provide resources for the said video game once they discontinue it, while leaving it in a reasonably functional, quote unquote, and again brackets, playable state.
Does he say he was wrong about anything? In fact, he just continues to double down, even proudly stating he is.
For those that will scream, he's doubling down. Yes, I damn well am. I give a shit about this initiative and what it means for games, developers, and players in the future. No, you don't. That's a lie.
Doubling down. Wow, how incredibly noble. Doubling down on things you are provably, blatantly wrong about. We don't need to hit the Jumbotron for the replay on yesterday's video going over so many of the things that he was incorrect about in regards to
we need the Jumbotron.
But the point is, that is an issue that I really thought that he would address. Be like, hey, yeah, I did get this part wrong. You're right, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to misrepresent it. I still don't fully agree with it, but I do recognize that I had some errors here in my coverage. That's what I was expecting. That is not what we got. And it prompted me to reach out directly to him, to talk to him, to see, like, why isn't he acknowledging that? Is there a reason? Like, what is going on there? So I did. He made it very clear he was not very happy with my coverage of Stop Killing Games, which is fine. I think that's totally fine. I'm not going to leak DMs or really go in depth on our private conversation, but the point of me reaching out to him was to talk about his refusal to acknowledge that he did, maybe unintentionally, misrepresent Stop Killing Games.
Yeah.
And it led to a just shy of 2 hours, like, circular argument that ultimately got us nowhere. He was more focused on his qualms with Stop Killing Games and really liked to challenge me to prove him wrong about some of his hang-ups with it. And when I would mention, like, the behavior aspect, like, hey, you did misrepresent it, and I'd give him a timestamp, he'd then instead say how I'm wrong for thinking that he misrepresented it. We got nowhere. So
I mean, this sounds like narcissism at this point.
I want to just publicly say this again. There are plenty of things you can disagree with when it comes to the Stop Killing Games initiative. I'll put links to it if you want to learn more about it, and you can form your own opinions on it if you want to support it. If you don't like it, that's fine. That's super normal. And I didn't reach out to try and champion that Pirate Software should become, you know, a huge ambassador of stop killing games, you know, out there on the fucking front lines fighting for it. It had nothing to do with that. It was simply about the misunderstanding that he showcased, maybe unintentionally, and the misrepresentation of it that he broadcast, again, maybe unintentionally, which has in turn, over the course of 10 months, misled people on what the fuck Stop Killing Games even is in the first place, which I found to be a problem because he's never even acknowledged that as something that has happened. And because he refuses to acknowledge that, and anyone that even, like, tiptoes around that subject, he kind of treats as though they're fucking idiots, like me, for thinking that he's misrepresented something. Now, he did just post a tweet where he said he talked to me and Josh Strife Hayes, and in that tweet,
Josh too.
Useless our conversation was, unfortunately.
Just talked to Charlie and Josh Strife Hayes for a bit in DMs. If you're mad at me for being a dick to Ross, I get it, and I'm sorry for that. No, you're not. This is something I think a lot about with Americans and them saying the word sorry, however Americans want to say it. I feel like Americans view the word sorry as a get out of jail free card instead of like a I will repent, or not even repent. Like, if they actually, no, they do. They feel it's some sort of like automatic get out of jail card repentance. Everything's all good. I said sorry. No one cares if you say sorry. Do better. Like, be a better person. You know, like what Johnny Swall says. Do better. You got to do better. That's what apologizing. That's what apologies mean. Is your actions, not your words. Words help, but they have to have weight by the actions behind them. I should not have lashed out, but I had an emotional response due to how important the subject is to me. That's bullshit. That's so stupid. That's so fucking stupid. You're like 30-something. Don't say that. What the fuck is wrong with you? On the developer side, I have been in a constant battle with people online for nearly a decade, trying to inform them how difficult it is to make and release video games. Nobody cares. Again, nobody cares. And that's not like that's not even like me disregarding the sentiment, because I sympathize with that, but reality is nobody cares. The idea that any of these technical hurdles are easy to overcome and would be simple to implement is the exact kind of thing I've been fighting. When I bring up the issues with leaving online-only games in a functional playable state after sunsetting, I am always met with responses diminishing the effort needed to do that. This is not a simple hurdle to overcome, and this is exactly why I don't like this initiative. You can't leave these challenges up to figure it out mentality, and you can't diminish the work of those on the dev side just because you want your way. Yes, you can. If you don't, the people who pay for this content won't show up. They won't pay. They absolutely do have the right and the power over this industry. Movements like this showcase to me how little the general public understands about game development, modern gaming architecture, and online games as a whole. That's why I put videos out poking holes in this, because it sets the entire conversation back to the Stone Age in terms of developer-player understanding. Making shit is hard. Making shit when people think it's easy is harder. Yeah, again, nobody cares. I agree with this. I personally agree with this. I understand that. But nobody cares. That's the problem. Maybe it shouldn't be done in the first place. If you want all games to be left in a functional playable state, then you need to listen to people when they talk about how infeasible that will be in a lot of situations. Since this is the initiative's primary goal as listed on the ECI page, it's kind of important to resolve that. Well, then it has to be going forward. A new architecture for these type of video games has to be designed and developed and researched. That's the thing, which is a lot of time and money. But I do believe such a thing is more than feasible and plausible. Because again, we have the emulation scene proving that this type of thing is more than possible.
There's not a single peep about misrepresenting what Stop Killing Games was about. It's more so about how the public just doesn't understand game development, and it kind of reads to me like we're all just too stupid to understand it from his side of things.
Yeah, it's condescending.
Our conversation basically amounted to toilet paper, unfortunately. Again, I was focused on, you have done this, maybe unintentionally, you should at least say that you have, or like, you know, are you aware that you did this? And then it became more of like, nope, I didn't. You're wrong. And then he uses our conversation at the start of this for something that was not even the focus. I was not there to try and convince him to be part of Stop Killing Games. I don't think we made any ground on like his perspective versus mine on Stop Killing Games. He has some qualms about how difficult it would be in certain cases. I agree with that, for sure.
Yeah.
I still think overall Stop Killing Games is a net positive for the gaming industry where something desperately needs to change with a lot of these awful practices.
Also
But
agree.
for the 10 millionth time in the
It
last
becomes a
2.5
fight with
hours,
fire, right?
it was
Type situation.
just about him having this
Also, I love
awareness
Josh too.
that
Josh is
his
great.
coverage did mislead people.
Yes.
And that he, maybe not maliciously or anything, misunderstood or misrepresented Stop Killing Games in numerous instances. And the way that he talked about Ross was unacceptable. That at least made it into the tweet there about the way he talked about Ross being like a fucking used car salesman type deal and like calling everything about it ass. He at least recognized that that was too harsh. So he gave a quick I'm sorry for that, which is good. I do appreciate that, and I'm sure Ross will appreciate that as well, I imagine.
I don't think Ross
But
cares.
I still wanted to make this video after the conversation because
Words
I
are
just
cheap.
really do not understand. I truly cannot wrap my head around why he fights tooth and nail coming for throats for anyone that tries to mention that there was misrepresentation in his coverage of the Stop Killing Games initiative. He is so hell-bent on proving he's right and everyone else is wrong that's saying these things. I just don't get it.
Yeah, which is weird. If he not Josh, sorry. If Pirate knows something that we all don't, I wish he would say it. Like, he's not part of the triple A gaming industry. It shouldn't be this difficult for him to say it, especially that now he's making so much revenue anyways as a streamer and whatever. Maybe he would have to cut ties with his game like business that he runs or like is part of, but like it's not like it's going to affect his ferret rescue or anything like that. Like, just say it, dude. Oh no, you get blacklisted from the AAA industry you already dislike anyways. Who cares? Say it. Say it with your chest. If you know something we all don't know, fucking say it. And if you can't say it, maybe it's not real. Or maybe you are the idiot and we're not the idiots because you were incapable of articulating in simple terms what it could be, and being able to compare it to things that are relatable or understandable to a more broad audience. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. Exactly.
He's just treating it like he's got the mega mind, once in a generation galaxy brain that no one can possibly understand. All us plebeians are beneath him, and we're lucky that he even graces us with streams, and we're stupid for thinking that he did anything wrong here in regards to his coverage of Stop Killing Games and what it's actually about. It's just so odd to me. Because if he would just come out and be like, yeah, you know what? Looking back on it, really reflecting, hearing what you guys are saying, I can see why this was so misleading for so many people. I didn't mean for it to be, and yeah, maybe I misunderstood some of these things. This would not have been nearly as big of a deal as it has turned into. And
yeah,
I went back
absolutely,
and
it would
looked
have
at
been
some of
fine.
his previous dramas, I suppose, and that is a common thread with Pirate Software. Like in World of Warcraft,
it's his narcissism.
He made a mistake, but he completely refused to acknowledge the mistake, and it made it a much bigger snowball into an avalanche for him, which led to a ton of other problems. He just
I
has
see
this
the ads. I'm just going to
inability
ignore them,
like,
to be honest.
accept that he can make mistakes. Like, he does things wrong sometimes, and he needs to recognize that it's okay to be like, yeah, I did do that wrong. You're right. I was incorrect in this. And it would save so much of a headache.
Absolutely.
But he just comes across as a narcissist. He really does, unfortunately. Like, I'm not an armchair Reddit psychologist here going to diagnose him as a narcissist.
Yeah, we don't know
like,
that.
That's what
it does comes off as very narcissistic.
To admit that he ever does anything incorrectly. It admits no faults of his own, ever. Except, I suppose, to Ross here, which maybe this is the beginning of a big character development for Pirate Software.
Let's
He did
go.
apologize to Ross for how he treated him and what he said about him. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Would love to see that same kind of energy for understanding where people like myself are coming from with your coverage of Stop Killing Games and why people feel the way they do about what's happened since with your responses. But anyway, I won't keep yapping about it. That's really about it. So yeah.
Yep. That's about it. We're good. The very first comment here is, I spread a bunch of misinformation about this group and now they're angry at me like it's my fault. This insane line of thinking. Pirate Software went from the cool dude who gave interesting facts to an average Redditor. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. A little bit of that. Pirate Software's got a little bit of that Reddit energy going on. So for like the past hour, my stream's been pretty okay. So hopefully we can get back to playing some ranked. That's crazy. That's so crazy, dude. Wow, dude, that's crazy. Bro, dude, whoa, no way. Yep. Apologies to everyone else too, like about the whole internet issue. There's nothing I could do about it, and oh, 5. I've never seen this. 5th and 6th have plus 12 RS. What? That's crazy. What are my teammates? Oh, I have a silver. I see. Okay. Whatever you say.
Welcome, viewers. Today we're diving into the digital. It's Sis Horizon, where our contestants will face off in a virtual landscape like no other. Here we go. The Boundless. The Overdogs. The Again.
Stormbolt 1!
The arena is bathed in sunlight and perfect visibility. The conditions are set for glory.
Vault 1 is being opened by the high notes.
Oh my god, dude. This is like, oh, I just got fucked. Both my teammates left me instantly. What am I supposed to do? I'm not light.
We could be witnessing the birth of new rivalries here. We've got our first elimination.
No more niceties out there.
It's all business from here.
Teleport here.
This is gonna be baited into infinity again.
Hold on to your respawn credits.
We've seen our first team wipe, and it's not pretty.
A hard one for the Boundless. They'll need to shake it off. The match is starting to heat up. The Overdogs have started our first cash out.
Enemy spotted down there.
Making it look easy, the Socialites start a cash out. The Boundless are back in play.
I feel some tension brewing. The socialites better be prepared for a scene.
Oh my god, why?
The High Notes composed a winning play, stealing that cash out.
That gamble paid off big time, Scotty.
Oh, dead. Oh, that's cool. I got third partied.
The Boundless denied a cash
I really
out.
didn't
Great
think about a
steal.
third party.
Definitely not a defensive strategy.
I mean, we could probably go for that. Why are we third partying the third party?
I'm
Okay.
reloading.
That was pitch perfect. The High Notes stole a cash out back.
Enemy spotted down there. Danger at cash out A.
Well,
Gaining the advantage now, we have the High Notes. Raise a toast. The Socialites shine with a cash out secured in style. A new vault in the arena. The ultimate omen of mayhem here at the finals. The High Notes
bro,
getting
are you
their
serious?
in control of the match.
Oh my fucking god. Leave me alone. Why do I keep getting third partied?
The Socialites picked up a cash box.
Very obnoxious.
The Overdogs have returned to the arena.
They'll be aiming for payback. And as for the High Notes, better watch out.
The Socialites are sending out invites for a steal as they've just started a cash out.
What is this? What is this? Where is this gateway?
As we pass the halfway point of the match, you could cut the tension with a knife, or an assassin's dagger, or a cheese slicer.
This is intense.
They just filed for resignation violently.
A top dog steal from the Overdogs.
Skill play can change the game.
Oh, he's won! Wait. What?
Cash out untouched. Everything else ruined.
Dude, why are we just minusing out?
The high note rhythm. They've been wiped out again.
That's what you call facing the music, Scotty.
Really a tragedy.
They're not guarding. They're cleansing.
The Overdogs secure a solid cash out. Impressive. Well played.
After that steal, I bet they'll be off with a little swagger like, how do you like them virtual apples? The Overdogs have ditched the leash with a tenacious turnaround.
They weren't defending. They were demonstrating.
I love the smell of a fresh vault in the arena. The socialites are knocking at the door of a vault.
Nice. You can put the fucking gateway down properly.
The high notes picked up a cash
This guy's a
box.
fucking troll. Nice.
They couldn't settle it in regular time, so we're off to overtime.
The socialites just jump-started a cash out.
Do that. Fine. I get killed here instantly. See?
Setting an example for the others, it's the socialites.
They're not chasing payout. They're delivering.
Oh, please.
Look at hit!
The socialites are proving why they're the trendsetters, taking the lead. Are back. Team respawn. Just 30 seconds remain.
One lap could change everything.
If it bleeds, it's probably already gone. Enemy up there.
10 seconds left.
I have to stick it. Let's go!
Sweet music of victory for the high notes in this round. They'll want to keep that harmony in the next match.
The Boundless also did exceptionally well, securing a place in the next round.
Good heal. Let's go. We love H Infuser.
All right, the Retros, the Shock and Awe, the Boundless, and finally, the High Notes. The arena's still hot. Who's gonna burn brightest this round?
It's a game of shadows tonight, as our contestants will have to battle through the reduced visibility to claim victory.
An astonishing move, as the shock and awe have started to open Vault 1.
Stay in the fight.
And we got our first team wipe of the match.
Never fun to be the first one out. The Boundless will need to regroup.
Hold on, you're back in no time.
Back in play. I'm right behind you.
Reloading.
Early action from
You're gonna
the
have to
Retros.
coin.
First cash out trigger.
They're down 1 at least. 2, no 2. They're down 2. That's a coin. Teams.
Threat detected. Light knocks down.
Got a contestant.
Danger up here. Dark shield online.
Yeah. Oh, we're all dead. What?
The high notes have been wiped out. The shock and awe are in the driving seat.
Do we have enough? I don't think we have the time to push this.
With infinite ambition, the Boundless stole a cash out.
They just upped the ante, Scotty.
Squad deleted. No attachments left.
Occupy fire.
Our first cash out goes to the Retros. Let's see whether they can keep
That one's
momentum
closer.
going.
A tried and true strategy, and it's paying off big.
The Boundless completed a
Okay.
cash out.
That's the payoff
Distance
you
is
hope
not
for
something
with a
you
steal.
can math either.
Did they clear the squad? They cleared the scene.
All he cares about is his own speed and
Retros
nobody
are trying to
else's.
kick it old school at Vault 3. The Retros picked up a cash box.
What?
Peace, love, and a cash box for the Retros as they have started a cash out.
They're down.
Watch out, there!
Seems the hurdles just keep coming for the Boundless.
That was the entire orange team. All down below.
At the halfway point, every move matters more than ever.
Is it a double?
Suspense is off the charts right now.
Yeah, it is a double.
Cash out untouched. Everything else ruined.
The shock and awe.
The gravity cube, man.
Cash out.
Risky move.
ya. There's nothing I do about this, man. My teammates just, I have 2 griefers. Well, I really have 1 griefer. He's trying to get boosted by another guy playing on ult. Are boosted. It's crazy.
Charging ahead, taking command of the match.
Fix it closer.
The Boundless can't seem to catch their stride. They're down again.
Up here. Danger at Bomb 6.
The high notes are drilling into a vault.
Gateway going out.
The high notes got hold of a cash box. The Retros are making a move. Cash.
Hey,
Cash out safe.
I mean, we have to probably fight this, don't we?
enemy spotted! Down there!
Hey, wait up! I'm coming!
Oh, good. I'm lagging out. Yippee. Holy fuck, dude. Fuck you, Rogers!
Expected them to survive a bit of death metal.
So fucking dog shit, man. Fuck you, Rogers.
We've got the high notes returning to the arena.
Things could get real electrifying if they meet the shock and awe again.
Gotta contest it!
Our contestants need to hurry up. 1 minute
There.
left.
Every second counts. No time to waste.
Orange is dead. Orange is not dead.
I'm back.
Just 30 seconds left on the clock.
Let's see if anyone's got a final trick up their sleeve.
Just gotta go for the H infuser play. Never mind, there's too many people. Holy moly.
10 seconds left.
Holy man.
Well, folks, the Retros are the team to beat as we head into a classic final round.
And our second finalists are the shock and awe. Let's see if they've got a surprise up their sleeves.
Yippee. I really had to play with a fucking guy who's getting boosted. It's fucking insane. Oh man. I've reported this guy already before too. Report him again. I'm reporting for cheating this time. Used to the account. I think we're just kind of fucked, chat. I don't think I can stream. What dog shit my internet is. I need to call Rogers and have somebody come over, fix it. It's like, it's really bad today. It's like the worst it's been ever. I have 2 kilobits upload right now.